and good morning to all my lovely students out there. I welcome you all for today's English class. Students, let us recall back what we have done in our previous class before moving ahead with our class for today. Okay, in our last class we have started the module number 5. Under module number 5 we have already completed the topic of suffixes, and also we have started the topic of adjectives, and in our last class we have covered up what are adjectives. That means they are words that describes noun or pronouns, right? And we have seen 3 different kinds of adjectives. The first one was adjective of quality, which answers the question of what kind. Adjectives of quantity, that answers the question of how much, basically dealing with uncountable nouns. And adjectives of number, that describes the number in a particular sentence. That means it describes and tells us the answer of how many, right? And I've also told you all that the possession, that is first, second, third, all this possessional number also comes under adjective of number. So in today's class, students, we will move ahead and we'll try to do something on the topic called as degrees of comparison. The degree or the level of comparison, okay, the degree of comparison of adjectives. So let us move ahead and try to understand what are degrees of comparison, and also we'll try to see how these degrees of comparison are being formed and used in different situations. So let's get started, students. So students, we are going to see what degrees of comparison are, how it is being formed, and what are its uses, okay? And let us start with the meaning. In simple terms, degrees of comparison means the level of comparison. Okay, the level of comparison, and there are basically 3 degrees of comparison. Which are they? The first one is called as the positive degree of comparison. The second one is called as the comparative degree of comparison, and the third one is called as the superlative degree of comparison. Now let us understand what a positive, comparative and superlative degree of comparison is with the help of few simple examples. I have tried to draw a simple diagram so as that you will understand, okay, students? Now see here, the first one called as the positive degree of comparison is that degree of comparison which denotes some quality of a person, place, animal or thing. As I've already told you that an adjective is what? An adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun, right? So it denotes the adjective of quality. As we have done in the previous class, it shows something, what kind of the noun is. Now this positive degree denotes the quality of the noun and shows us, it does not compare with others, rather it just simply states or denotes the quality of the noun. For example, I've drawn a small picture over here. Maybe its name is Ravi, okay, his name is Ravi. Ravi is a tall boy. Now here which is the adjective of quality, or let us just identify the adjective over here, that is tall, right? It is denoting something about Ravi, about the boy Ravi, and telling us that Ravi has got a peculiar characteristic, that is Ravi is a tall boy, okay? So this kind of degree which denotes the quality of a noun, it's called as the positive degree. It is not comparing the noun with any other person, okay? The next one is called as the comparative degree, a degree higher than positive degree. The second degree is comparative degree. Now students, what happens in a comparative degree? It denotes comparison. By the name itself, comparative, no? It denotes what? Comparison between two nouns, between maybe two animals, two people, two things, or two objects. Okay, here it denotes comparison between two nouns. The first one was, it denotes only the quality of a noun. It does not compare with others. But the second one is, over here I have tried to draw. Now here, Suman is taller than Ravi. What happens here, class? Here I was just denoting the quality of Ravi, no, just showing in a positive degree. But in a comparative degree, what happens? Two nouns are being compared. So here I have seen that while comparing, I found that Suman is taller. Now this kind of degree is called as comparative degree, when two nouns are being compared. Okay, now you can see here, Suman is taller than Ravi. So this degree, comparative degree, taller, the word taller is under the comparative degree. Why? Because two nouns have been compared. Now let us see what a superlative degree is. Okay, now superlative degree denotes comparison among many nouns. It may be three nouns, more than two nouns, because two nouns comes under comparative degree. Okay, more than three nouns, many in a group, denotes comparison among many nouns. Now over here I have tried to draw a picture. Here we can see that Joy is the tallest boy in his class. Now here I am trying to compare a particular boy called Joy with other students as well in the class. So I found that Joy is the tallest boy in his class. So here students, you can see that this kind of degree is called as the superlative degree. Which is the superlative degree here? Tallest, right? Tallest, tallest. Why? Because I found the quality of one boy. I tried to compare it and I found that the boy named Joy is the tallest among all his friends. So I hope you have understood, students. So students, as I have already told you the three different degrees of comparison about adjectives. Now you know that a positive degree states the quality of the noun, okay, without comparing with any other person, place, animal or thing. Comparative degree is the comparison between two nouns, and superlative degree is the highest degree, that is comparison with more than two nouns. Now how are you supposed to change this? I will be teaching you that from positive degree to comparative degree, what do? We just add ER to the positive degree. And from positive degree to superlative degree, what do we add? We add EST to the positive degree. For example, I have already written one shorter, ER, shorter, and superlative, shortest, EST. Similarly, rich, it will be what? Richer, right? ER. And for the superlative degree, it will be richest, right? Similarly, when you talk about weak, it will be what? You will add only ER, weaker. And superlative degree, weakest, EST, right? Bright, very simple, brighter, brighter. And the superlative degree, brightest, brightest, right? And there are some words which cannot be changed simply to comparative and superlative degree by adding er or est. In those words, what I have told you, in those kind of adjective, students, what do we use for comparative degree? We use more. Okay, for example, more beautiful. And for superlative degree, we use the term most beautiful. Similarly, intelligent, you cannot form a word like intelligentsia or intelligentist. Okay, that will be incorrect. So for this word, what do we add? We add more intelligent. Ravi is more intelligent than Rohan, right? Intelligent. And if you are comparing it with a whole group, what do you write? He is the most intelligent boy in the class. Most intelligent. So in this way, you can change a positive degree into a comparative and superlative one, students. So in today's class we have seen 3 degrees of comparison. First, we have tried to understand what are degrees of comparison. They are what? They are simply the level of comparison. Okay, degree means what? The level of comparison. Now basically in adjectives, what happened? There are 3 levels of comparison. The first one I've told you, that is positive degree of comparison, where a noun, the quality of a noun is being denoted or stated. That person or that particular noun is not being compared with any other noun. Okay. For example, if I say this is a thick book, I'm comparing the quality of this book, right? That what kind of book it is? It's a thick book. But I am not comparing this book with any other book. This is called as the positive degree. What about the comparative degree? When I compare 2 nouns together. For example, here I have another book. Then what can I say? What can I say? This book is thicker than the first book. Now I am comparing these 2 books, and after comparing it, I came to know that the other book is thicker than the first one, right? Now this kind of degree is called as the comparative degree. And if I try to compare many books together, then I come to know that this is the thickest among all my books. Thickest. So thick, thicker, thickest, right? So the first degree is what? Positive degree, where only one quality of a noun is being assessed. It is not being compared with any other nouns. Second one is comparative degree, where 2 nouns are being compared. The third one is superlative degree, where the quality of the noun is being compared with a larger group, more than 2 nouns. I hope all of you have understood it, students. Now sometimes what happens, it's very easy to identify the positive, comparative and superlative degree, because most of the time in the positive degree you just have the quality, right? Big, small, thick, no, tall. And in the comparative degree, most of the time it ends with er. If it is tall, taller, right? Er. Big, bigger. Small, smaller. So comparative degree, most of the time you see what? Er. And in the superlative degree, you see it ends with est. It is big, bigger, biggest. Small, smaller, smallest. Tall, taller, tallest, right? So, but there are many adjectives that do not follow this common pattern. What do they follow then? If I say beautiful, you cannot say beautifuler, beautifulest, right? If I say intelligent, you cannot say intelligenced. That would be wrong. So in that case, what do you do? In the comparative degree, we write what? More. We see more intelligent. And in the superlative degree, what do we add? We add most. Is the most intelligent, is the most hardworking, is the most beautiful girl in the class, right? So please remember that, students. Basically we follow the normal pattern, that is comparative degree follows ER and superlative degree follows EST, whereas there are some adjectives which cannot follow, which do not follow this rule. Those adjectives tend to add some more words in front of it. There are more and most. More for comparative degree and most for superlative degree. So there are some simple exercises given there in your workbook. Please try to do that, solve it, and I shall see you all in my next class with yet another topic. So keep learning, keep studying, stay safe and healthy. Bye bye, students.